A child is reported missing every 40 seconds in the United States. 40% of those reported missing are children of color. Sadly, these children receive the least amount of media coverage, resulting in the unlikeliness of ever reuniting with their families. This is an epidemic that won't fix itself. One child missing is one too many.
Peas in Their Pods, Inc. is an organization that was started in 2007 when we realized that children of color don't receive adequate coverage when they go missing. So Peas offers a lot of services to the community like trainings and resources, all with one goal in mind, to improve child safety measures. So with a core team and a network of volunteers, Peas is able to provide a variety of services to the families of missing children. We profile them using missing persons flyers. We create social media campaigns and utilize our media resources along with other means of promoting awareness. So what happens in the first 24 hours that a child is reported missing is critical and can make all the difference in the outcome. But there are some key steps that you can take to help improve the likelihood that you'll be reunited with your son or your daughter. Step 1 is that you must report your child missing and file a police report. Step 2 is to take careful note of how your child is labeled on the police report, because this dictates how much or how little media attention you'll receive. Too often, children of color are labeled as runaways when they're not. This is important, so pay careful attention to this. Step 3 is to make sure that your child's information has been entered into the National Crime Information Center Missing Persons Profile. The NCIC is accessible by law enforcement across the nation, and this is important because your child's abductor may take them across state lines. What we want you to do is to be loud and to be vocal. Remember, the more noise you make, the better it is that you'll be reunited with your child.
No one ever thinks it will or can happen to them.
January 14th, 2012. Anicia went to the mall to shop with her friends. Anicia didn't come home. My daughter did some research and came upon Peas. Immediately, they took my information. Next day, I had a flyer with her name on it. They had her on the internet, and we were able to circulate flyers. Without organizations such as Peas in Their Pod, I wouldn't have known where to turn. A phone call came into us about 11 o'clock at night and said for us to meet to pick up my granddaughter. If you want your granddaughter, come pick her up on Beaverwood Road at a Waffle House. We pulled in the parking lot and I seen a black vehicle parked over to the side. The lights flickered. And I'm like, that must have been a sign. I parked and out walked my granddaughter. She said, Grandma, they were gonna sell me. Anicia explained to me, she said, Grandma, they labeled me as a virgin, drug-free female, but they could not move me because of the publicity that was going on, and the guy said, your grandmother's mouth is just too big. We can't move you at this time. My advice to others is don't stop. Do whatever it takes, media, neighbors, whatever it takes to get your child back.
Out of necessity comes innovation.
So the Radio Alert was created to bring awareness about the disproportionate amount of media coverage African American children receive when they go missing. The Raya is not meant to replace the Amber Alert. It simply bridges the gap where the Amber Alert chooses not to engage. Although the Radio Alert gives a voice to those that often go unnoticed, there are some rules and requirements. First, the child must be 17 years old or younger. Secondly, the parent must have filed a police report and reported them missing. A Raya alert may be issued even if a child is listed as a runaway. In these cases, Peas staff will review the information and determine whether or not a Raya alert is warranted. Number 4, if a child is believed to be in serious danger of bodily harm or death. Lastly, number 5, all children of color receiving the Amber Alert will also receive the Raya, because we realize that there are a lot of children that do not receive the Amber Alert that actually are in imminent danger.
According to the FBI, in 2016, there were 465,676 entries for missing children.
Felicia Simone Barnes was a 16-year-old, bright, young, beautiful young lady. And on December 28, 2010, I got a terrible phone call that she was missing. April 20th, the following year, 2011, they recovered Felicia's body in the Susquehanna River. That was the worst day of my life, to know that your child has been deceased. What keeps me going is Felicia's spirit. As I travel around National Missing Exploited Children, along with Peas in the Pod, the Amber Alert, roundtables, you hear about these tragedies that's happening every day, every second. Until you get into it, you don't know. But my fight is to support our communities in finding justice and to finding our missing youth.
It's everyone's job.
It's everyone's job.
It is everyone's job to save our children.
Answer the call. Please visit www.peasintheirpods.com.